guys, Learning with Rich here. In this video, we are going to talk about Revit MEP Electrical. Okay, so for this topic, I'm going to teach you how to create a phase-based lighting fixtures. So as you can see right now on my screen, so I have different types of lighting fixture family here. So we have the surface family lighting fixture, and then we also have a recessed type, and then we also have a suspended. Okay, so what we are going to do, let us try to learn what are the things that we need to consider when we prepare creating our lighting fixture family. Like, for example, I'm going to click here the surface type, and then I'm going to select here edit family to open the family editor. Okay, so this is the 3D view of that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, let's say I'm going to click the light source. This is the light source, and then you can check the properties of that light source if you click that one. So there's the property, okay? And then you can also see here the connector of that particular fixture. So this is the connector, and then these are the properties. And then we also have here the 3D itself. Okay, so we have this one. So this is only created using Revolve, and then we also have here another 3D model created using an extrusion. Okay, and one thing that you will notice here when you open surface type family is that it looks like it's upside down, right? So this is a feature of working with phase-based lighting fixtures. And this one here, this extrusion, it symbolizes the phase. So this element does not display when you place the fixture, but it needs to remain in our family file. So again, there's the connector, and then there's the light source, and then the model elements. So the extrusion and then the revolve. So these make up the fixture itself. Okay, so if I'm going to select here the family types, so you can see here now a variety of parameters that have been added to the fixture. Okay, so these are just some of the things that you might consider when creating your family fixture, your lighting fixture. So let's say, for example, I'm going to click the load classification here. So it says lighting dwelling unit. So if I click the ellipsis button, okay, as you can see, that's the name and then the demand factor, and then you can select here the load class as well. All right, now the next thing that I'm going to do is we are going to create a sample family of our surface lighting fixture. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up again this one, the sample lighting fixture project. So these are just some of the parameters that you need to consider, the properties that we have checked out a while ago. Now if you're going to be making a new lighting fixture families, so there are several things that you can take note. First one is you need to create a base file. For example, in AutoCAD, you have a template, right? DWT. Okay, so in Revit, you also have Revit project template. So in creating family, you can also create a base file like kind of template for each of the typical styles of fixtures. So for example, you can create a template file for surface type, recess type, and suspended. So this template-based file that I'm talking about should be phase-based. So we need to select the phase-based fixture and include the electrical connector and a generic light source. Okay, so aside from that, you also need to add some parameters to our template-based file, so which is what I'm going to show you later on. And then it might be useful or helpful if we are going to create a separate family for the lighting fixture geometry. Like we are going to create another separate family file that we can insert inside the family. So it's like a nested family. So I prefer creating a separate family for the geometry. Okay, and then another thing is you can use the face-based template that includes the light source and then the electrical connector as the base to compile a new lighting fixture with a nested model for the geometry. And if you need them, you can also nest a customized annotation symbol. Okay? So aside from that, another thing that you need to consider when creating a lighting fixture is by placing the correct location of a light source and update it with the correct photometric IES file. Okay, so let's us try to do that one. So the first thing that we're going to do, I'm going to teach you how to set up a lighting fixture family base file. So to do that, so let us create file and then new. Let's create a family. I will be using here an imperial template. So I'm going to use English I, and then I'm going to look for generic model base, face base, this one. Okay, so let us select this one and then let us select here open. Okay, so when you are working in a link file, so you need to use a face-based family. So face-based families can be placed on any surface like ceilings, walls, structural members, and roofs, for example. Okay, so in our create tab, so we need to specify what category of this family that we are trying to create. So you need to go to the family and category parameters, and then let us call this as lighting fixtures. Okay, so lighting fixtures, and then let us select here. Don't forget to check the light source, by the way. Okay, so tick the light source, make sure it's lighting fixture, and then select here OK. And then you will now see here the light source. So remember, in this exercise, we're just setting up a lighting fixture family base file. So this is our template. Okay. Now, the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to add an electrical connector. Okay, so to do that, so from the Create tab, let's go to the connectors and then let us select here the electrical connector. So I'm going to select that one, and then after that, I'm going to use work plane. Okay, so work plane, and then I will be placing it on a reference plane level here or on the reference level. So I select here OK, and then I'm going to make sure that it's now placed at the work plane. So there's our connector now. Okay, so it's now placed on our work plane reference level. Okay, now let us try to open the front view. Okay, so let us open the front elevation. So just double click that one, and then you will now see here our light source, and then there is our connector. So the light source displays with the face on our reference level as shown. Okay, so this is typical of face-based families. So you will create them upside down for lighting fixtures. So the location and shape of the light fixture source will be modified to fit the specific fixture later on. Okay, now the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to check the property types here on the family types. Let's click that one. So we will be adding some parameters in our base family file. So I'm going to create a new parameter here. So let's click this one. And then this time, we are going to use shared parameter. Okay, so shared parameter so that we can use the shared parameter to create a schedule, and we can share this to the other users as well. Okay, to the other family. So I'm going to select a shared parameter, and then I'm going to select here. Okay. Alright, so it says here you have not specified a shared parameter file. Do you want to choose one now? So I'm going to select yes. Okay. Now for this exercise, I already created a shared parameter file. So it's just a text file. So if you don't have a shared parameter file, you just need to select here create. Okay, you just need to select create and then just put a name on that. It's just a text file. Okay, so in my case, I already created a new one or a text file. So I select browse. I think I save it on my downloads. This one. This is the one. So as you can see, it's just a text file. You just put there the name of your parameter and then just select OK or open. Now in this shared parameter, so I have two parameters here that I want to be included here on the family types. So I want to include the ballast voltage and then the load classification. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select here the ballast voltage parameter. So I'm just going to select that and then OK. Okay, so ballast voltage. So I just select here OK. Okay, now, so there's the name, there's the discipline. For the group, I want it to be grouped under electrical. Okay, so I select electrical and then just make sure it is a type parameter. So once I select here OK, you will now see it's now added under the electrical. So there's our ballast voltage. So let us add another parameter, the load classification. So I'm going to select again new parameter, shared parameter, select, and then I'll select load classification, OK. And then again, I'm just going to group this under electrical. Make sure it's type, then OK. So it's now here. Now, I want to add another type of parameter, okay? So I'm going to select again new and then shared parameters. So I'm going to teach you to create a new shared parameter. So I select. So as you can see, I only have three here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select edit. Okay. And then I'm going to select parameters here, new. So let's select new. And then let's specify here the name. So let's say, for example, this will going to be the ballast number of poles. Okay. And then, of course, for the discipline, it's electrical. Okay. Electrical. And then for the type of parameter, so let's select here. So that is number of poles. Number of poles. Okay. Number of poles. And then, okay. Select that. Okay. Make sure it's selected. Okay. Again, let us put it under the electrical group. There you go. And then let's select your OK. There you have it. So basically, that's how you use your shared parameters. Okay, so typically your shared parameter is saved in a network or shared uh, folder on the network so that others will be able to access the shared parameters and they'll be able to use that one. Okay, in our company, the one that is using that most of the time is our B manager because most of the time he is the one that is creating the family. Okay, so all the parameters is saved to that particular shared parameter. Right, so let us now select here OK. So basically, this is now our template, our base file. Okay, so this will gonna be our lighting fixture surface template. So let us now save this. Okay, so let us now save our template. So in our template, what we have here is the light source, we have the connector, and then we have here the parameters, the basic parameter or the generic parameters that we would like to be placed on all of our lighting fixture surface family. Okay, so basically that's how you create your template. So let us now save this family. So I'm going to select save as family. Okay, I'll just put it here. Lighting fixture template. Lighting fixture surface. surface template. Okay, and then just select save. Right. Okay, now the next part of our exercise is let us now create a new lighting fixture families from our base file. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. So I'm now going to close this one. So let's close this. We are done with this. We're done with this. Okay. Now, let's say, for example, we want to create a new lighting fixture. So we will be using a template file. Okay. It's like the one that we have created just now. Okay. So let us create a new family. New. Let us go to where we have saved that one. Okay. Okay, you need to change this one because it says here family template file. Okay. Wait. I think I need to open that. So I need to open that family. It's a family file, not a template file. So it's open. Okay, so let's say this is the one. So this is just the same as the one that we have created a while ago. Okay, I just don't want to override this one. So I'll just use this one. Okay, oops, let me just close this. Okay, so it's the same as the one that we have done earlier. Okay, so we have the light source, we have the connector, and then we have the parameters. Okay, so this is now our template. Now for this one, we are going to create a circular type of lighting fixture. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. Alright, so to do that, let me just go to the reference level here. And then after that, we are going to insert now a nested family file. Okay, so like what I have said earlier, it would be better if you create a separate family file for your lighting fixture geometry. Okay, so like what you have seen on my folder here, so I have a separate family for a circular type of lighting fixture and the square one. Okay, so if I open the circle fixture, if I open that one, okay, so it's just like this. Okay, it's just a simple family of revolve and extrusion. Okay, and then just an applied material here of glass white. Okay, and then the other one here, it's just a steel paint finish dark gray matte family. So this is the family file of the geometry. So I also have a family file for square geometry, which is this one. Okay, so again, so I have the extrusion and then I have another extrusion. Okay, so basically I have these two files. So I have a file for circular shape and square shape. So what I'm going to do is in my template here, I'm going to insert the circular because that is the type, the family that I want to create. So what I'm going to do is I'm going here and then I'm going to load that to my project here, to my family here. Okay, so I'm going to load this into my lighting fixture template file. Okay, so I'm going to load that and then I'm going to select here OK. Right. Okay, for this one, I'm gonna use here place on work plane. Let me click that one. Alright, and then I'm going to pick at the intersection. Click. There you go. So there's now my 3D model. So in 3D view, so this is now how it looks like. Okay, so there's my geometry, my light source, and then my connector. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is, after placing the geometry is, let us modify the light source. Okay, let us modify the light source. So I'm going to select the light source, just click the light source, and then after that, select edit, or you can select your light source definition. So you click that one, and then from here you can select now the type of the shape, emit from shape, and the light distribution. So for example, what I want here is it's a circular, and then this is the type of distribution that I want. So I click this, and then I select here OK. Okay. Now as you can see, it doesn't look nice, right? So we are going to change this parameter. I mean the property of this light light source. Okay. The next thing that we are going to do is let us apply the photometrics of this particular light source. Okay. So after changing the light source definition, so I'm going to select here. Oh, sorry. I'm going to select the family types here, and then let us specify the photometric web file. Okay, so let's click that. So instead of generic, so let us change that one. So let's click the ellipsis button. Okay, and then after that, let's look for the IES. Okay, so IES files, to those of you who is just new in IES IES files are typically provided by the lighting manufacturer to match the specific fixture you are creating. Okay, so the IES file includes the intensity of the light source and then the geometry of how the light comes out of the lighting fixture. Although earlier we already specified the shape and then the light distribution, but we need to complete it by applying the IES file. Okay, so these IES files that we have here comes from the Revit. So we are just going to use these files that comes from the Revit. So for this one, I'm going to use here CL, this one, CLFR1A21.ies. So this is the type of IES file that I want. So I'm going to select open, and then let's select here OK. Alright, so this is now how it looks like. But as you can see, it's tilting like to this direction. So let's change this one. So let's modify it. So I'm going to select again the family types, and then okay, the tilt angle. So for the tilt angle, so let me just change that to minus 90 degrees. Oops. Sorry. Minus 90 degrees. Okay, so that will gonna be the tilt angle. And then I'm going to select here OK. And there you have it. Okay, so it's now correct. Okay, so if we're going to open the front elevation, okay, now the next thing that we are gonna do is I'm gonna move this. Okay, so I'm going to align the light source here to the outer edge of the 3D model. So let's select that. Let's use the move tool. Put it here. There you go. And then much better to align it and then lock it. So let's select this one and then this one again, just to align and then lock it. Okay, there you go. Okay, so let us now save this. So let us save as this one. Don't override your template. So let us save as that one. Save as family. So this will gonna be our lighting fixture circular surface mounted. Okay, and then save. There you have it. Okay, so that's how you create now your family. So as you can see, it's not that difficult. So you have the connector, you have the geometry. So our geometry is a nested family, meaning it's a separate family, which is like this one. Just create another surface type family, and then after that you just load it on our family here. Okay, so we created it from template that contains the light source, the connectors, and then the generic parameters here. Okay, so if you want to create your um, square one, so you just need to use again your template and then just load your square fixture geometry. Okay, so hopefully you learned something from this video, guys. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can put it on the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day.